Hello people, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic Bookworm. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to the Melodramatic Bookworm family. I have just been filming a book haul video and I actually wanted to do this reacting to my last year's goal videos kind of thing, but the book haul video itself took me about 1.5 hours because people around, they are not letting me film. But never mind, I thought now will be a better time to actually reflect back on 2020 and the goals that I had set at the beginning of the year, and to find out if I did actually meet some of them, if I did actually reach some of them. So I'm just doing a little reaction video and I'll talk as I go about what exactly happened and why things happened. So let's just get on with it. Without any further ado, let's get into this video and let me share with you my reactions to the goals that I had set for 2020 and whether or not I reached them. Haha. Before this year started, I thought that I would make 2020 into a year in which I would focus more on, making myself better, in relaxing myself and calming myself. But when 2020 came, I thought, okay, I'm going to, set high goals and then I'm going to work towards reaching them. I forgot that I was supposed to be taking it easy in 2020, but I realized that when I fell sick a few days into 2020 and I'm like, oh, okay, no, that's not happening. I'm supposed to be taking care of myself. 2020 is supposed to be a good year in which I find peace as well as I'm going forward in my goals. So what I did was I made a few adjustments here and there to my goals, and right now, as I can see the goals, I find that I'm happy with what they are at the moment. So in this video, I'll be talking about my reading goals, my writing goals and my booktubing goals, and I think that's about it. First off are my reading goals. I had originally thought that I would do a heroic thing by setting my Goodreads goal to 200, but then soon enough I realized that nope, 200 is not happening because that's just a lot of pressure and I don't want reading to be that kind of pressure on my head. And right at this moment, I just want to take it easy and stick with a number that I have been doing for the past couple of years. So what I did was I brought down my goal from 200 to 104 and I smashed that goal. I am at I think 160 right now. I've read 160 books and it's got nothing to do with the whole lockdown thing, but I've just been pushing myself to read more. I mean, I'm not straining myself or anything, but I did finish. And that is something that I think I can tackle very easily. And another reading goal that I have is that I want to make a dent in my TBR, which is why I'm also on a book buying ban. A dent in my TBR. I mean, I'm dude, before 2020 started, I had about 300 odd page books on my TBR. Now I have, honestly, at the time of filming, I have like 490 books on my TBR. And what book buying ban am I talking about? It was there for 3 months and then all down the drain. I mean, not technically down the drain, onto the bookshelves. Make a dent in my TBR. All unrealistic goals only, yeah? At the moment, because I don't want to buy more books until I've whittled down my TBR to a comparatively respectable number, because at the moment I have 341 books on my TBR and that's not counting the ones that I got from NetGalley. 341 books plus the NetGalley books, and how much do we have now? 491, you could say. Very nice. Kindle waiting to be read, and I know my. But you know what? I'm not that mad about not having crossed this goal, reached this goal. I'm fine with it. I mean, I'm a book hoarder, bookworm. You could call it a problem or not. NetGalley score is like down in the dumps somewhere, but life of a book hoarder. Since I'm on a book buying ban until the 31st of March, hopefully extending it, so maybe I'll be able to bring the number down to below 300, and that is something that will make me really happy. It's making me laugh without any more additions to my hoard. Oh, my sweet summer child. I want to reread a few books For example, To Kill a Mockingbird, I read the novel in 2018, but now I want to reread the graphic novel for To Kill a Mockingbird. I did read this. So basically, oh yes, I've reached this goal. I mean, part of this goal. Which I will do so in my 24-hour readathon. At least that's what I'm hoping. And then there are a few review copies that I need to get to. I got them quite a while ago and I still haven't been able to get to them. So I'm really hoping to read them and to put up reviews as soon as I can. For example, Pan Macmillan India sent me Wasted by Ankur Desen. Still not. That and Anuja Chandramauli's Tughlaq. Wasted, I added it to my November TBR, didn't get through it. Tughlaq, still haven't gotten around to it. And there are quite a few others which I can't find at the moment, but I really want to get to them and make sure that all the checkboxes on my to-do list, my must list, are checked off. And then of course the 20 backlist books that I hope to read in 2020, I want to get to them as well. I added a couple of books from that list to my January TBR and I haven't managed to get to any of. I feel like past me is attacking the present me because I haven't been able to finish the 20 backlist books that list. I still have 4 more books to go, I think. One is The 40 Rules of Love, The Goldfinch, and Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race. I think it's 3 books. 3 books. And this lady here, the past me, is on about something or the other. But I'm currently reading Reasons to Stay Alive by Matt Haig, and it's my favorite. It's amazing. I've been crying like a baby is all I'll say at the moment. And the last thing that I want to do reading wise is that I want to be able to write reviews and upload them to Goodreads or Bookstagram, anywhere, as soon as I read them, because sometimes I just put review to come. I mean, are we even surprised at this? See, I no longer write review to come. I write at least a paragraph or 2, so maybe in that way I have actually reached this goal. But then again, detailed reviews on Goodreads is somehow I've stopped doing it unless it's someone asks for a written review or something. But usually what I do is I say that I will talk about it in my wrap-up, which wrap-ups I religiously do every month, even if it's in 1 part or 2 parts or whatever it is. So I do that kind of thing. But I think I do review to come only if I have to actually sit down and write a whole length list about the book and my thoughts about it. So maybe in that way I have succeeded, who knows. I don't know why I was all like flustered. And I just leave it at that and I completely forget about all of it, and that's not something I want to do in 2020. So that's another thing, and I think that's about it for my reading goals. Now on to my writing goals. Oh god, I don't think I talk about this much, but oh my god. I don't think most of you know either because I don't talk about it much, but I am a writer. So what I'm hoping to do writing wise in 2020 is that I want to finish my second novel, which I'm about 53,000 words in. And you know how many words in I am at this moment? 56,000 words. Like throughout the year I've written I think like 3,000 words or something. And at this point in time, I'm looking for a full revamp of that book, of that whatever manuscript I have right now, and I'm like, no thank you madam, excuse me, your goal has not been met. Please don't embarrass me. Technically it's not embarrassing, but it's just I had so many. I think by the time a half year rolls around, we all completely forget what happened at the beginning of the year, unless it's something like 2020 happening. Edit it, I want to polish it, and I want to start sending it out to agents. Editing, polishing also, it seems. Like I didn't even finish writing it. Editing and polishing also she's talking about. Very nice. And anybody who will be able to help me get published in the traditional way, and I know that is going to take a lot of energy, lot of effort, because I've been writing this novel for I think about 4 years now, and every time it gets stuck somewhere, it takes quite a while for me to read the whole thing again and then get back to writing it. But I hope that 2020 will be the year that I finally finish my second novel. And it was not. Basically 2020 was not the year when you finish your second novel, because now in 2021, I will talk more about this in my 2021 goals video, which will come up later this week. And yeah, I don't think I can say anything else apart from the fact that I had dreams, but I was not able to reach them. I was not able to fulfill them because of circumstances, because of my head not being in the right place, and because of health issues, and because of my concentrating more on booktube and a lot of other such things. But I'm hoping 2021 will be a better year. Like, I'm actually saying exactly what past me said, but at least take baby steps towards getting it published. And then there's a collection of short stories that I'm hoping to publish on Kindle. I have them ready, but I have to do a couple of rounds of editing. I even have the cover ready, but I don't. The collection of short stories that I'm talking about here is No Net, but the cover that was ready was not the cover that I used. The cover that was ready, I had actually named it after one of the stories in the book, and I thought that at the time I thought that that cover was brilliant and that I loved it and all that, but unfortunately I ended up not liking that cover. So I did a whole editing thing, and I rethought the whole thing, and I released it as No Net. And if you would like to know more about No Net, then I'll leave the video link here as well as in the description box below, but I'll also leave the Amazon link in the description box below if you want to go check that out. I mean, self promo, you gotta do self promo. If you don't promote your book, why will anybody else do it? Want to, you know, put anything out until and unless I am satisfied with the end result for the collection of short stories. And there will be about 8 or 9 short stories in there. 9. And I need to get to editing them as soon as possible. You did. So that is another project that I have in the pipeline. And then there is a travelogue that I'm hoping to write. I had visited the United States of America on a 40-day trip in 2015, and it was a completely different experience for me, and I just wanted to put those experiences, you know, of roaming on my own, of I did not get to doing this. Like, I haven't even started with trying to get to doing this. It is still there where it was. And I don't roaming with my friends, of experiencing the American culture, and of all the faux pas that I did over there, because there are quite a few. I did quite a few of them, and I feel stupid looking back, but then who cares? I won't meet those people again soon. So and it was an experience. I started writing the travelogue. I'm about 1500 words, 1500 or 2000. And it's still there. So I started writing the travelogue. I'm about 1500 words, 1500 or 2000 words in, and I really want to get going on that. But I will start that only after I finish my novel and my... That's going to be a while soon, and you'll forget everything that you did in America. But yeah, it's still at that same very place. But since I have records of what I did in America, then maybe I can actually, you know, juggle the two. Who knows? I can't tell. My short story collection, and I'm hoping that that is also one that I can pitch to publishers, and who will accept it and who will print it. But I'm not looking that much into the future. I just want to finish it, at least the first draft. I want to finish it this year, so that I can, you know, have something substantial in my hand, and then maybe I can think about edits and approaching agents or publishers and the like. I just want to be chilled out when I do it and not pressure myself, even though I am pushing myself to a certain extent. But beyond that, and now on to my booktubing goals. Booktube is something that I have come to love so much. If you see my first few videos and now, you will see that there's a world of difference, and I myself can tell that I have gotten the confidence to talk in front of a camera. And from the difference that is there from this particular video to what I am now, and I can tell the difference even more. And I feel like that, you know, whatever goals I am going to be talking about in this video, I reach them. I'm at a point where I'm really confident. I like how my booktubing is going. I used to be very camera shy and nervous and awkward at first, but now I speak my mind. So pat on the back for me, from me. But for BookTube, I actually don't remember what goals I had last year for this year of BookTube.
Who knows?
But this year I will be celebrating my second BookTube anniversary on the 18th of February. So I'm hoping that I get to 1k subscribers before that.
You did.
At the time of filming this video, I have 906, and so reaching 1k subscribers is one goal that I have. I don't know if I will be able to reach it or not. That's
We
all
did.
up to you, to all the love
We
and
reached
encouragement
2000
that
as
you are
well.
willing to give me. So please help, share, spread the word. So apart from the numbers, I also want to do.
I cannot believe that we crossed 2k in under a year, and I'm just okay. No crying. Enough.
Quite a few reading vlogs, not the ones that I have already done before, but fresh ones. For example, I'm hoping to read 9th House in January, and I'm hoping to do a reading vlog for that. But I also
Listen. Reading vlogs, I did do quite a few throughout the year. I mean, for the 24-hour readathon that I did, and then for the reading rush, and then some weekly reading vlogs, I did do those, so that goal is achieved. But 9th House, I'm reading it now. Why is this lady attacking me? Why?
I want to do weekly reading vlogs, but I don't know if I have the time or the bandwidth to accommodate those into my schedule. So those are...
See, technically, I'm right. I thought I could do weekly reading vlogs, and I think I did 3 of them in October, but then it got to a point where I could not take that pressure. There was so much going on in my life that I thought, okay, I'm just going to put this on hold, and I will do them whenever I feel like it. But even so, I did get through, and I did do a few weekly reading vlogs, so maybe I'll take that as a win. Please tell me it's a win, please. I need validation, please.
Are going to be very random even if they happen. And then I want to do a few recommendation videos. There are quite a few that I have planned, but I haven't gotten around to filming them. I might do them in February or March, but this is something that I really want to do. For example, non-fiction recommendations.
I did do non-fiction recommendations in November. Yes, goal achieved.
Mythological fiction, sci-fi, fantasy.
Mythological fictions also I did around Diwali, and goal achieved. Sci-fi fantasy I haven't done, and I think I'll take some time to do those because I want to read more in that genre before I do any recommendation videos.
I have in mind, but I haven't been able to film yet. Apart from this, I also want to get better at editing. 6 to 7 hours of listening to my own voice for such long videos, it sort of gives me a headache.
See, honestly, I haven't gotten better in editing the way I spoke about in this video. Like, I still take a long time because now I do 2 rounds of editing. One is the basic edits where I remove all the extra nonsense that I know I don't want to be in the video, and then the second round of editing, what I do is whittle it down. I think twice before I cut out and remove all the things, the tiny pauses, all that, and I remove all that and then I edit it. But to be honest, I have gotten better at editing, just not the way I thought I'd get better. So I'm still going to take that as a win because getting better is good.
I also want to do a few collaboration videos with other Indian booktubers and diversify maybe across the globe. I don't know who will be interested in doing collab videos with me, but like the reading tips video that I did last year, at the beginning of last year, I want to do a few more collaboration videos.
You know what? I did do a collaboration video on my channel. It was for Women's Day, and a lot of women booktubers and bookstagrammers, they came forward and they spoke about their favorite women authors, and I did do that collaboration on my channel. But I've also collaborated with some other amazing booktubers on their channels. For example, I've collaborated with Fandom Newbie and Meera Nair for a video, Beat That List, and it was a very fun video that we did. And then I collaborated with Maya Bhatt, where we spoke about what we are currently reading at that time. And then I collaborated with Shalu Walia, where we a number of us booktubers, we spoke about what books you could binge read, because it's at the end of the year and we need some bingeable books. So I think that's a huge plus for me.
that I did get through some collaborations, although on my channel there has been only one so far. This year at least. And I know that numbers are, just a small part of the game, but they are something that encourage me to no end. Just one subscriber overnight gives me a joy like
That's true.
no other, and just one subscriber leaving also breaks my heart, but I really can't do anything about it other than, to keep going. And you know what? That's true even to this day, because even one subscriber joining the Melodramatic Bookworm family, it gives me a lot of joy, and even one leaving, I'm like, oh, what did I do wrong that that person left? But like I also said, I can't do anything about it, and I just have to keep going for these past couple of years, and I hope to keep going that way. Okay, so what did you think of this video? Did you like it? Anyway, so those were my 2020 reading goals. I feel like I did not list out many goals for 2020, and even for the goals that I have, there was quite a bit of success in there, so it makes me feel good about myself for some weird reason. And I feel like that's something, a positive attitude that I will take into 2021. We don't know how the coming year is going to be, because we didn't know how 2020 was going to be, and it came with whole garbage trucks, and it just fell out on the floor and everywhere. 2020 has been one such year. See, I can't say like let's be positive and do the whole thing, but I'm just going to say that I have some goals ready for 2021. I'm going to put them up somewhere so that I look at them at all times. So I think that's going to be one other thing that I'm going to do. But coming back to 2020 goals, I feel like other than some goals which I was not able to get to, there were some others which I got to, and I'm really happy with where I am right now. For example, BookTube crossed 1K, and I have been doing some content that I'm really proud of, so that's one thing. And then reading also, it's like 104, and then now I'm at 160, so I'm really happy about that. I mean, it's not the be all and end all of reading, but you get my point. But yes, overall, even though I did not achieve all my goals that I set, I'm pretty happy with where I am right now. So we could say that we are going into 2020 with a better attitude, maybe. So that was me reacting to my 2020 goals video, which I put up. When did I put it up? January 15th this year. And it's been, I think, 11 months since that video went up, about 11 months, and it's been goals wise, it's been an okay year. That's what I'm going to say in the end. What did you think of this video? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What were your 2020 goals? Did you achieve any of them? How have you been going? Please don't worry about, oh my god, I have not achieved this, I have not achieved that. 2020 has been a shit year. It's been a difficult year, a tough year. Please do not beat yourself up for not getting anything done or something. It's been rough. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.